What's up, everybody? This is your boy Hstlgod, and we are here live on the Cloutfinder podcast. I got my boy WriterBoy here today. How are you doing, man?
Good. Working hard. Tired of working hard, but we're gonna keep working hard. That is the motto.
Yo, that's the only way you can do it, man. 1% every day is what my motto is as well. So, I'm excited to have you here today. So, I usually do an intro, but you do so many things that I don't think I would really give your bio justice. So do you mind just telling the people, a little bit about who you are, what you do, what you got going on right now?
Awesome. No, I got you. Well, first and foremost, I'm a writer and director. WriterBoy, you want me to go there? No, I'm not even gonna go there, but long story short, writer, director, I'm also an entrepreneur. I run two companies. One is IA Agency, which is a management company for influencers and huge social media stars like Hstlgod Lucas, King Vader. I have Hstlgod, some of the biggest African-American creators that you've ever seen on YouTube. And then on top of that, I run WriterBoy Films, which is my film company, done Burger King commercials, Netflix commercials, and now you're talking to the youngest African-American executive producer to ever do a Netflix miniseries. So that's what I'm currently doing right now. Yes, sir. But yeah, so that's me.
Okay, you in a nutshell. I was there for one of the days where you were, shooting one of your movies. And I was also there one of the days where you were shooting that Netflix special. And one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on is I was just amazed how you and your team move and how you work and just how amazing you guys are at what you do. And
Thank you.
so I'm excited to have you here today, even out of everyone on your team, because everyone knows who King Vader is. A lot of people know who Taz is. A lot of people know who a lot of people you work with, but you're kind of like the man behind the scenes where you're like, I'm not gonna say you're fully responsible for creating these stars, but you are a major piece in what makes their engine go.
I just got off the phone with Vader, and he said, we were just talking, he's like, Brandon, just understand that all of this started with you. He's like, this all started with you. And I'm going to take credit for that. It did. I literally, at a young age, I kind of knew who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do in life. And I drugged my family with me. I'm like, look, you're going to act. This is what I want you to do. You're going to stay up and at it with me. You're going to do this and do that. And although they did it with me, Vader fell in love with it. When I don't even think you know that. Well, a lot of people don't even know that we're family. He was one of my little cousins that I kind of forced to be in my videos and everything like that.
Oh.
Yeah, we're family. He fell in love with it. And when I went off into the film industry and I did my feature film, Vader went off into Vine, and he just started killing it and blowing up and taking like the film aspect to social media. And as he started blowing up and I started blowing up, one day he just gave me a call. He was like, Brandon, why don't we do this together? And since then you have all of this. By the way, Taz, although Taz is not my blood family, he's my family. We grew up in the same neighborhood as well. And I forced him to be in my videos as well, which is so funny.
Oh, man, that's so amazing. And you said you grew up in the same neighborhood. What neighborhood you grew up in?
Okay, so it's a difference. So I grew up in Washington, D.C. But Vader grew up with me. He was in my same household, and then he moved to Glen Burnie, Maryland. And then literally every weekend I'm over there because we got to drop a video. I got the podcast, and I was on YouTube before there was a YouTube. I was on YouTube before it was a YouTube. But so yeah, like we back and forth. We had this web show called The Brothers Web Show. We did a lot of comedy sketches, a lot of parodies from films. Wow, the fact that I'm doing that with Netflix right now, that's crazy. Wow,
You just had. You sound like you just like something just hit you.
At 14, 15, 16 years old, I'm doing parodies of films with my little camcorder in Glen Burnie, Maryland, rushing over there because I'm telling my mom, I gotta drop the video, and we got 100 people watching it, like as if that's a big number. To me back then, it was 100 people. You can't fit 100 people in my apartment, and like that's how I felt. And now I'm doing that same thing with Netflix. I'm a huge fan. What I did then at 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, I'm now doing at 25 with Netflix.
Wow. Wow.
That to me is like that's dope. That's just so dope. Like that little boy really, he would be so proud of me. I sometimes, to be honest with you, man, I I get so caught up in my world and the irritation or whatever like that goes on with the business side of things that I don't kind of stop to, but I'm learning to stop, and they're like, yo, like, look at what you did. Like, you doing a good job. You're
Mm-hmm.
doing a good job for yourself. Look at, like, Brandon will be astonished if he met you. The younger Brandon will be astonished by you. He will be like, wow.
That's amazing. And I think that's such a important thing to highlight because, you know, highly creative people and highly productive people, we get so caught up in the craft sometimes and just putting our head down and doing the grind
On
that
the work.
we always take a chance to look back at how far we've come.
Yeah, literally, it's like I'm sitting here writing, and they're like, here go a trophy, here you go, thank you so much. And I keep writing, and I keep writing. And it's like, it's okay to wake up and smell the roses. Another thing too is just understanding, like, it's okay to work hard, just not work yourself into the ground. And I learned that his name is Mikhail. He's Janelle Monáe. Do you know the artist Janelle Monáe?
Yeah.
Janelle Monáe's manager, he told me this years ago. I was working so hard. This is before me and Veda got to where we are now. We had gotten somewhere, but we weren't where we are now. And me and him, I was working so hard that I ended up in the hospital 5 times that year. 5 times. And that was because I was doing too much. I just wanted it so bad. And Vader ended up in the hospital like 2 or 3 times that year as well, following behind me. Because we when I run, he run. And that's just how it is. We run as a pack. And it's like, I remember him calling me. He's like, because I needed a video done that day. And I was sick on my birthday, actually. On my birthday. And I remember him calling me. And he was like, Brandon, I know sometimes it feels like if you don't get it done now, then it'll be gone forever. It'll never happen for you guys. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. That's why I got work now. And he was like, but Brandon, that's not going to happen. You're here now. You're you. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. So it's okay to take care of yourself. And he told me a story about one of his DJ friends and how they worked their butt off as well. And they got to where they were going, but they ended up in a deathbed, like they're bedridden. So they couldn't actually, like, they couldn't reap the benefit of all of their hard work. And that kind of stuck with me. I was like, well, hold on. I can work hard, just not work myself to death. And I've learned from that. So now I do smell the roses. That's why I take pictures with my plaques. That's why I celebrate my wins. And then I get back to work. But I do celebrate my wins from now. I started celebrating my wins. Another thing that I found that creators, I saw myself, and then I see for so many other creators, if you're smart, you tend to be in your own head sometimes. And you gotta learn how to balance. You have to learn how to balance it because you have to learn when, okay, you know what, you're doing a little too much now. You gotta be smart enough to know that you're smart, and sometimes you can get in your own way. Sometimes you can get in your own way.
Got you. So you just said a lot there. So to kind of like ask a question to summarize all of that, if you were speaking to, I guess, your younger self that was putting himself into the hospital back then, what advice would you give him where you're still getting done what you need to get done, but you're not almost killing yourself in the process? Like, what advice would you tell that person?
Okay, I would tell him to stop, because, and I know that, like, he wouldn't want to hear that, but I would tell him to stop. Hold on, slow down. You are WriterBoy. I was fighting so hard to be me. I am me. You're WriterBoy. You got it. Like, you don't have to. Yes, you're gonna win. You're guaranteed to win. You won't win like this. You're not gonna win like this. I was working so hard to get there that I was hurting myself, and I'm not. The reason why I honestly don't tell a lot of people that story, because people use that as an excuse not to work. You better work. You better work. hard, but don't put yourself in the hospital. That's the point where the cutoff is. The moment you end up in the hospital, cut off right there. That's the stopping point. You stop there. But before, if you don't hit that, that means you, because the reason why I don't tell a lot of people that is because they use it as if, okay, well, I don't have to work that hard. I gotta sleep. I gotta do this. I gotta do. All I'm saying is this: if you sleep and I'm not, I'm going. And when you wanna, what we're doing, what a lot of people want to do is the 1 in a million chance when it comes down to this entertainment industry, whether you're an artist, writer, director, even in life in general, your dreams, your ambitions, a lot of times they're 1 in a million chances. And my whole quote is you get to choose if you're that 1 in a million. If you're willing to work harder than everybody else, if you're willing to fight harder than everybody else, then you can be that 1 in a million. You have to do more than the next man is willing to do. And that's how I think, that's how I breathe, that's how I eat, that's how I sleep, and that's how I got into where I'm going. And it's like, you have to understand that this is a fight. Don't kill yourself, but fight. And fight hard. Fight hard. If I'm willing to stay up an hour before you or an hour later than you, I got the upper hand on you. And it's not like a me versus people. It's me versus the world that doesn't want to see my dream come true. And not people, but this world, this universe that doesn't. I have to push forward because it's not easy.
World inside your head where it's almost like you create these obstacles to force yourself to try to like overcome them, or to see like what's the best you can be, or who's the best writer boy I can be. And then sometimes when you do that, you create like, no one wants to see me win, so I gotta do this, I gotta stay up later than everyone else, but it works.
And then on top of that, I'm gonna tell you where a lot of my inspiration came from. It was more so the actual world around me. It was more so people not believing in me. It was people telling me to, and literally God is telling me to go this way and everyone else is telling me to go that way. They're asking me, when am I going to get a real job? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, mind you, I was 17 years old when I created my first film, 18 when I premiered that first film. I'm on the interview. I'm so sorry. I was 17 when I created my first film, 18 when I premiered that film. And first of all, I don't even want to name names. I'm going to just skip that part. But my film did not just sell out, it oversold. More people than was expected came to see my film. And they paid to see my film. And I remember my family, a lot of my family did not show up at all. Like, Zippo. 600 people came to see my film. And now, it was a few, but not my main family. And I remember feeling so bad. I remember, and it wasn't even just that. It was the aftermath of them telling me, oh, you need to get a real job. What are you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm a filmmaker. Well, no, what are you really doing? And it's like, that's what I'm doing. I remember feeling low because no one saw who I was.
I understand. And, it's so funny you say that. And because I think that's part of just the journey to a lot of times being greatness, just being great. Because if you have something in your heart that is beyond just the physical world that you see around you, the world is going to want to contain you so that they don't feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and then one of the biggest things that helped me out.
See you fail and they're afraid for you. And so they don't, and it's really them saying they don't believe in you and they're trying to get you to be safe in a way.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, especially when it comes down to your parents, they want you happy, and sometimes your happiness, for them, they feel like they just want you to be okay. And so they want you to be, like you said, they want you to be safe. And so sometimes they say the wrong things and do the wrong things, but they just want you to be okay, and they may not understand you. One of the biggest things that helped me get through it is me understanding that they don't see what I see in my head. They don't see this amazing man that's doing this and doing that and changing lives and changing. They don't see it because it's in my head. How could they? And I had to understand that, there's some people that run with you, and then there's some people that sit in the stands and watch you run. And you have to be okay if they just have to sit in the stands and wait. They'll see you eventually, because now, they see me.
We're meant to be fans and critics.
Yeah, and all I'm saying is that now all of my family that said you need to get a real job, that said all this other stuff, They ain't saying nothing now. Now they ain't saying nothing. They want their kids to work for me, work with me. Now they want me to help and stuff like that. And guess what I'm doing? Exactly that. Because I'm gonna show you how to be an amazing person, an amazing human being.
Trajectory for your family, which is amazing, which is such an amazing legacy. And I think that there's a couple of things you highlighted that I just don't want to forget to bring up that stood out to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they say like you're the youngest person to do this, you're the youngest person to do that, there's no such thing as an overnight success. Like you said, you started when you were like 13. That's 12 years into your career that you
I think my career really started when I was 17. I published my first book. Although I was filming way before then, I was writing way before then. 17 is where I like say in my head, that's when my career started, because that's when I really started pushing and becoming WriterBoy. Like I always knew I wanted to be a writer and director, but it wasn't until I published my first book, it wasn't until I did my first short film called I Am Like Tiffany that was about women's abuse, and I kind of understood like who I wanted to be. The response from it was, you are our voice. Keep doing what you're doing in life. You're a blessing. You helped change my sister's life. And then I knew who I was going to be in life. I didn't want to just be another writer. I want to be someone that changes the world, that changes lives, that helps people. And it was like, Nicki Minaj has the song, and I posted it myself. I was like, I've been winning 8 years consistently, at least respect. And that's how I feel. So like I really have been winning. I win, and that doesn't mean that I don't fall or I don't get hit in that and hit that mat in that boxing ring. I do, but I get back up and I start swinging, and I win. Every battle I win, because I'm going to win. I'm destined to win. The fight is fixed. I am destined to win. And it's like, that's why even if I got blood in my eyes and I can't see, I'm still just swing, because I know that by the grace of God, one of them is going to land. It's going to hit the enemy. One of them going to land. It's a fixed fight. So as long as I keep swinging, I'm going to win. As long as I keep swinging.
I'm so like, we got to talk more even when we're off this interview, because I want to focus on you, but you're saying so many things.
I'm sorry.
In my life, and it's so amazing. I know you're resonating with probably anyone who's hearing this who has that dream inside of them. So let me ask you, where does that fire come from? What made you like this way? Do you remember, or were you just born this way?
Okay, I'm gonna be as transparent as I can be, as honest as I can be. It's God. I never knew who I was going to be. And then he showed me this amazing man that like, he wore these suits and ties, and he looked like how I look now. And he was just, when he walked past people, he just blessed their life. And it was like, I wanted to be him so bad. The last post I just posted on Instagram, picture of me in the sunglasses or whatever like that. And that was the day that God had shown me who I was and who I was destined to be. And it's like, I went through my closet because I wanted to be like him. I wanted to look like him. I wanted to talk like him. I wanted to be him so bad that I went in my room and found the closest thing I could to look like this man that God had just shown me. And I ain't have what I have now, but I did. I just remember that day trying to be like him so bad. And that's been my driving force. I want to be that man. I really want to be WriterBoy. I've wanted to be him for so long. I really wanted to be him. That's why it drove me to stop saying certain things, to unlearn certain things, to learn new things, to learn how to be this amazing man. And I'm still learning. I am him. I'm WriterBoy. I'm here now. But there's still a lot of that I have to learn. I'm never going to be done learning with God, but it's been him. It's him. Like, a lot of people look at me like, oh, I'm such amazing and this, that, and the third. But everything I'm saying, I just learned from him. I literally just repeat what he. When I went through that thing with my family and no one came and supported me or showed me, my mother was asking me, why do you care? My best friends, they was like, why do you care? You need to stop caring. You need to stop caring. I was praying to God for like 2 weeks straight, asking him how to not care, asking him to teach me how to not care. And he wasn't answering me over and over for 2 weeks straight. And then he answered me. He told me, it's not about not caring. It's about forgiving people for what they do not know. And when he said that, I was like, oh, okay, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. And I've carried that out through so many people, even with Vader. Vader does the same thing because I told him to do that. And then he passes it on to others. Like, it's so, everything that I've taught, that I've been through, that I've learned, it's been him. The way I am is because of him. How I fight is because of him. The way I talk, because of him. The way I forgive, because of him. The way I stand back up, when I say that the fight is fixed, it's because of him. I know I'm gonna win because he's on my side.
Yeah. Oh my God. There's so much scripture that just backs up everything that you said. And
I'm learning that too.
What do you say?
I said I'm learning that too. There is a lot of scripture there back, like, cause this is coming. A lot of people look at me like as if I'm this church boy and boom, bam. No. I have a relationship with God. He sought me
directly. Is a person. Oh my God, this is so powerful right here. And I'm sorry I cut you off. You just got me excited because I'm very excited about my relationship with God as well. And I'm right now in the middle of just everything with Cloutfinder, and everything I'm looking to build and I am building is directly related to just following that voice. And so you understand, you know when you know, like when you're tapped in and you have that direct relationship, no matter, and it's not even a religion thing. It's like it's like God exists, however you want to put him, however you want.
Whatever you want to say, however you want to say it, whatever. As long as you just go hear him. I don't care about nothing else. If you want to be or do or feel like how I feel, be how I am, and just get him. Find that first. I used to think that teaching people the things that I know and the knowledge that I had would help them become and get their dream and become like me. It's not that, because that's not what made, I can have all the knowledge in the world, but without his guidance, I wouldn't be where I'm at. Like even this Netflix stuff, it came after God made me make a decision. I always knew I wasn't like everybody else. I'm never gonna be like everyone else. But for a while with God, I was doing what he wanted me to do with the world, I was doing that. And he asked me a question, and I'm gonna tell the world. So he asked me a question, and it hurt my feelings actually. God, because I was searching for the love that he was giving me from everyone else. I wanted people to love me how God loved me. I wanted people to treat me how God treated me. And it wasn't happening. And I was confused. And he said to me, am I not enough?
Wow.
Yeah, and that crushed my soul, because I was like, what am I doing? This God is good. Since then, that literally he started work. I'm not even gonna go down the line, but God has done everything for me. He's made me who I am. Since a child, he's guided me and built this. Since he showed me who I was going to be, he's helped me become that man. Why should he have to ask me that? And I remember feeling so bad. And I'm gonna just. And I remember, so after that, like a week went past, and I was feeling bad. And one of my best friends, he came into a lot of money. And he's going to be so shocked that he heard it. So he came into a lot of money. Now, I'm well off. I don't need anything from anyone. But in my best friend, they're like me. The moment he came into all of that money, he started to give. He started to bless people. Now, I'm his best friend, right? And I'm like, oh, so it was the human in me. I'm like, dang, everybody getting blessings. Where my blessing at? And he had came over to my house and he had told me, hey, I got my money. I already knew that. I was like, oh, really? I already knew that though. And then he started telling me what he was doing with the money, and he was blessing everybody or whatever like that. And I was like, oh, okay. I already knew that too. And then he looked at me and he paused, and I'm like, what's up? He's like, I wanted to give you money too, but God told me not to. And then I hear God's voice once again, am I not enough? I felt so bad. I was like, what am I doing? God had given me an option. Right before this Netflix stuff, he gave me an option. God told me that he has this amazing, like, imagine God, right? Imagine God has a jet, private jet right there. Looks beautiful, amazing, lit. And he said to me, he's like, Brandon, this is yours. Okay, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. He said this, imagine God, he came with this amazing private jet. And he's like, look, this is yours. And oh God, man, how do I turn this on silent? Like really, it's do not disturb. There we go. God, imagine him showing up with a private jet, and he's like, "This is yours," and I'm gonna fly it. I'm gonna be the pilot. Wherever you want to go, whenever you want to go, you can have this. This is yours. I'm gonna take you wherever you want to go, whenever you want to go. But you see that broken down car right there, that bucket right there. And I look at him like, yeah, you can never drive that. Now to the mundane person, to the regular person in the world, they'd be like, oh yes, let's go. But to me, I'm seeing all these other people driving their cars and look like they have a good time. I'm like, oh, but God, hold on, wait. What if I want to drive that one day? Like, what if I do want to get in that car one day and drive? And he's like, you can't do that. But you can have this plane though. You can have this jet. And you go, look, I'm gonna take you wherever you want to go. You just can never drive that car. You can never drive a car. And when that was an option, I was like, I didn't take heed. And the moment that my best friend said that to me, and God once again asked me, is he not good enough? I was like, you know what? Let me get on this plane. Let me just go ahead and go.
That is so incredible. And as someone who's taken the car before, it's like I can tell you straight up, like it wastes so much time.
And the thing is, me being honest with you, I'm smart. I know that. And I know that when I get in that car, it's going to break down a mile away. It just looks, because I've seen everybody break down. That car break, like, I know. It's just, it was the flesh, the human in me that wanted to be like others.
Wasn't the God in you. I got you.
Yeah, and it's like, but I'm not, and I'll never be. I will never be like everyone else, and I have to be okay with that. And it's like, I am. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it now. But it just took me a while to kind of like get used being the man that God, I'm here now. I'm WriterBoy, and I'm not going backwards. And I kind of have to get used to the life that I live. There's certain things that other people do that I can never. There's certain things that other people can have that's not meant for me. I have a lot going for me. And whatever I ask God for, I can get. If I ask him for something, he's going to give it to me. Because and it's not even what I do for him. It's literally like just because he loves me. He genuinely loves me more than anybody else in this world. And whatever I want, I can have. Ask me for stuff too, though. Everything he asked me for, sometimes I don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to. Sometimes I don't want to forgive, but I'm going to, because that's the man that he wants me to be. Sometimes I don't want to take the risk, but I will, because that's the man he wants to be. So I've done a lot for God. Like, he's taught me that I am not in control. He is. And if I want what I want in life, literally all I have to do is listen, and I'll get everything in abundance.
And just hop on that jet.
Yep, I did it though. And after that, youngest executive producer, Netflix. After that, I started filming Dream. That's gonna go worldwide. After that, I started making I just made the decision that I'm gonna be WriterBoy, and I'm not going back.
That's so incredible. That's so incredible. So you're saying, for everyone out there who's listening to this, that the first step, no matter where you're trying to go, is get your relationship with God, the universe, whatever
whatever you want.
Your relationship right with him.
Yeah, I think even the best way to explain to someone that isn't spiritual or anything like that, it's just you need to know that you're going to win. If you go into this ring second guessing yourself, if you go into this world second guessing yourself, not knowing, I think that is very dangerous and it's also scary. When I walk into the ring, I know that I'm gonna win, and I'm still scared a little bit, but I know that I'm gonna win regardless how fast my heart is beating, regardless how I feel. I know in the back of my mind that I'm guaranteed to win because he got me. And then also that it's just that guidance, man, to have someone that loves you unconditionally, no matter what you do. Like your mother could love you, but if you slap her, she love you just a little bit less. If you get a gun and shoot her in her foot, she love you just a little bit less. God is not like that. You can do whatever. He's like, it's okay. You can hit him. It's okay. Come on. You can disobey him. It's okay. Come on. You can fall. You can literally shoot him. It's okay. Come on. I've done so much, and you would never think that WriterBoy is human, and I make mistakes all the time. I fall a lot, and he's just like that. Like literally, you tell me not to go outside, and this not now, but I used to still go outside, and then I get dirty and get beat up and all this other stuff like that, and I come back, knock on the door with dirt all on me. And he's like, "Come on in, come on, go ahead, they go shower right there, go get you a towel. Let's come on." And he doesn't. It's just he's him. And you never find another person that can love you as unconditionally as he does. And this is not a God or a spiritual thing. It's a human thing. Love. And everybody needs love. Everybody.
So now let's say you have your relationship with, God intact. You got your foundation and you want to be a content creator. You want to be a writer. You want to be a director. You want to be a producer. Where do you go from now if you're just starting out?
For one, you need to listen to God. I can't tell you that. But I'll tell you, listen to him. But I'll tell you, one of the easiest ways to get started is to actually get started. A lot of people talk about what they don't have. It's not about what you don't have. It's about what you do have. Literally, I had a little blue camcorder and I was filming. There's so many people that have iPhones right now. That quality look way better than mine. Like, yes, I work with Reg. Yes, I work with Ari's and all those big equipments and stuff like that. But that's not how I started. And you don't even need to anymore. You don't need none of that anymore. I mean, it does. Yes, for Hollywood. Yes, it does help. Yes, it does. Some things are required. Good quality is required. But like, to get started is very simple. It's actually just getting started. If you're an actor wanting to be in films, you find the people that is in your city that are doing that and tell them that you want to be a part of it and do something more. There is a circuit of people, of creators in every single state. You just have to find them. But they're there. There are creative beings around the corner from you. You just don't know. And social media helps out with a lot of that. And then just kind of going to events with Eventbrite, the whole 9 yards, and just kind of finding those people to connect with that, like, yeah, that connect with you and that are looking for more out of life like you are. I think that's where you can start. And even if you don't have anyone, you don't need anyone. Like, there's a lot of creators that just create with themselves. Heartstop Lucas being one of the biggest ones. He just creates with himself. He has millions upon millions of followers, and all he does is do skits by himself with his little iPhone. And he just got an iPhone 11. He had an iPhone, I think, 6 for years. And I was just like, what are you doing? Like, he's like, but no, my fans like the quality. I'm like, it's grungy. He's like, yeah, that's what they like. Okay. He's just getting the iPhone 10 or 11, whatever. But yeah, like, just get started. That's the first and foremost. At the end of the day, the reason you have to get started, because that's where your knowledge comes from. That's where your knowledge comes from. If you don't go to school for it, you have to get the knowledge one way or another. If you're working on it, you're going to school for it, or you have to get that knowledge. And so working on your content and creating as an actor, as a director, as a videographer, cinematographer, as an editor, you have to actually do it to get the knowledge. It's like playing basketball. You can't just get on the court. You can't even read a book about basketball and think that it's just gonna like boom. Nah, you gotta get on the court. You actually do it.
Okay. And listening to, so you have to do it. You have to start. Mm-hmm. And it's about what you have, and not about what you don't.
Yeah.
And it also sounds like you're saying that you want to surround yourself with people who are like-minded, like you, who are trying to go in the same place, and that makes it a lot easier if you're able to find that.
Yeah, and if you're not, it's okay. But yes, like even one dude, his name is Fadi. He's one of my friends. He's from Sweden. He found his friends. He's from Sweden, and he's friends with some of the biggest creators in the world. And social media, social media. He just connected with them. Then he flew out to New York, met with all of them, became friends with a lot of people. He flew back out to Sweden, stay connected. Social media has created a world where we can actually connect with each other. Stop trying to aim high up. Literally connect with the people that are just like you, that are right beside you, that are creators just like yourself. They don't have to be big and huge creators. Like, no, like all the big and huge creators of this generation that are like with Vader and all of them, all I'm saying is this: they didn't start like that. These were all friends at lower numbers, and now there's something more. So do the exact same thing that they did. Start with each other and then grow together. I think that's the smartest thing you can do, because you're the future. You know what I mean? You're talking to the future, but you don't get that or see that yet.
Gotcha. And so many people don't understand that this present was the future someone else saw previously, that they got together with and they made happen and made a reality. So you're saying that get with people that are like you, who have the same passion, who have the same drive, and just work with them and create that future for yourself.
Yeah.
Got you. And so you're a person who works with, a lot of different creators, a lot of different people. I mean, you're a film creator. You have to, it's impossible without a team.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite people that you've worked with over the years?
Like talking about my team or like the companies outside of my team?
I'll say, let's do both. So like your team, like who are some of your key players on your team?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to get you in trouble to like pick favorites or anything like that, but
first of all, my team isn't like that. One thing I love about everybody on my team is that there is no egos. And it's because we don't got that. I built this table from nothing. And if I don't have an ego, none of us is going to have, nobody about to have no egos. But I don't have to explain that because they don't. No one cares. It's all about getting to where we're all going in life. We're all wolves, and I love it because when we're running separately, we killing it. And then when we come together as a pack, oh, you in trouble. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's about to be a bloodbath. And okay, so Irvin, he came down from Los Angeles to be a part of my film, to help me, assist and direct me with Dream, and amazing job. Irvin, I met him a meet and greet. He came to a meet and greet in Washington, D.C. and became my brother from then on. He's like, came down here just to meet us or whatever like that. I was like, dope, that's dope. And we did meet and greets at malls, and there was a lot of people there. And I was like, that's dope. And I was like, well, they're going back to my house. We're going to be doing films and stuff like that. Little videos or whatever if you want to come. He's like, yeah. And then I'm going to get back on the road. I was like, what you mean? He's like, yeah, I don't have a place to stay down here. I just came down here just to meet you guys. I was like, oh, okay, Jesus. Hold on, I'm sorry. He said he doesn't have a place to stay. And I was like, oh, well, now you do. You can stay with us tonight. And from then on, he became one of my closest friends. He went to Los Angeles. And it was just since Samir Zaid is my best friend, one of the biggest and greatest directors that our world will see. I just can't wait till he gets started. And he's so busy helping everyone that I can't wait for it.
For a second, who's gonna be one of the biggest directors?
His name is Samir Zanders. He's my best friend, and like he's been behind a lot of stuff. Like even the Netflix thing, he was behind that. He co-produced that, co-directed that. Who else? We have he did the Burger King commercial with me, the first ever big commercial I done. He did with me as well. Samir has been there from my first feature film, Adapt. When I was 18, he did that. Like, he's been there from the get-go. He's one of the people that helped make me who I am. But he's gonna be so dope. He's a big team player. Like, he does not care like me. It's just about getting there. That's it. Of course, Vader. Of course, Taz. Taz is like, I swear he's gonna be the next Denzel Washington. Like, and that's a big title. but he has a big passion and big emotions to fill in that title. Like seriously. We have Doc. Doc is an amazing actor. My other Doc, which is an amazing musician. So the biggest key players of my team. Oh, Fiji. I can't even name everybody that came on and just killed it. And they don't need recognition. They just want to work. They just want to work. Shift T, James. My team is like lit, and they're dope. They're dope. They're a dope group of people that want more out of life, and I can't thank them enough for like all the sweat, blood, and tears. Oh, Janelle, she assisted produced like the Netflix series. She assisted, huh?
She's fierce.
Yeah, ain't nothing to play with. She ain't nothing to play with. She like, oh, let's go. Like, and I love that because I'm so nice. And she's nice too, but she's very stern. Like, she keep the train going. Let's go. Let's get it done. Let's go. And I love it so much. Who else? I mean, I feel like, oh, I'm sorry, my mother in general. She keeps like, this is my table, but she helped build it. God gave us the wood, but it was me and her screwing this together. Like she has been there through the entire process. And she was one of the ones, like, at an early age, my mom was like, go get it. And I'm not gonna say she always understood me, but she gave me room. Like, she knew that it was me and God first. And she was like, she was okay with that. And it's like, and that's something that a lot of people wouldn't really do. Like, give you the room to grow and to be more. But so that's my team. I mean, there's a lot of other players. I know Amir definitely came through with a lot of things on set with me. Chase was an amazing actor. There's a lot of people that like, oh, Glenn Av, my DP. Every director has that one DP that it's like, yeah, that's your one. Veda has his one, and Glenn is my one. Because Glenn has an eye that I could never, and it's not about, oh, I can't get that shot. It's about, what is the shot? All right, let me show you how we about to get it. And it's really dope. And he's just an amazing man in general. Behind the business, he's an amazing man. On to some of the people that I've worked with that have been excited. I've worked with Burger King, Netflix, Google, Lenovo. I wrote the Google commercial. I mean, we've done a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Me being honest and this transparent, the most beautiful thing that I have done has been executive producing this Netflix series that I'm doing right now. Like, it's been dope to have the freedom to do what I want. And it comes with restrictions, of course. But this mini series, it's called Netflix Dreams, has been amazing. The biggest thing that has made it amazing to me is that I get to put a lot of people in position. I get to give my team, all the people that I just listed that surround me, the credits that they never would have gotten before. Irving, that boy that came all the way to DC for a meet and greet, is now a producer of a Netflix series. Vader is now the youngest African-American director to ever direct a miniseries over at Netflix. I'm able to give my people titles. And then, besides my team, all the people that came out in Los Angeles, all of the black, brown, green, and blue, all of these different cultures and colors came out to be a part of my film that would never have gotten the position or the opportunity ever. Like, that for me is just so dope and so amazing. The two twins, they flew out from New York to be in our Netflix series. And their mother did not want that. Like, I love their mother so much. She came out the last round that we had to film the Netflix thing and was like, no, y'all not going to Hollywood. No, what you mean? Hell no. And she was able to come out and see that there are people like us that are there, genuine. And people that just want to win and want to work and give people opportunities. These girls' life has been changed. They're there now. They're in Los Angeles. They're winning. They're running. And since then, they've gotten so many commercials. They've done so much. And it's like, their numbers have blown up. To be able to be a part of their journey and their success, to me, it's like, that's amazing. And there's so many other people. The list goes on of other people that was in Netflix Dreams that have succeeded since then and that are continuing to succeed. Just to give people opportunities, to me, is like, that's so dope. So Netflix, definitely is the biggest, the greatest, the best I've ever worked with. All of the other things, they were dope and amazing, but this tops the cake. I'm the
Okay,
executive producer of a Netflix series. That's dope.
got you. And I know you are a busy man, so I'm not going to, take up all your day.
And
But
my bad for all the calls and all the text messages and stuff. I turn it on silent and it's still ringing. I don't know how. I apologize.
no, it's all good. It's all good. I understand, and I've been there. And so my last question for the day is, if you had to leave just a content creator or just one, or just a creative person in general, with just one piece of advice, what would you tell them?
Fight. It's plain as they fight. Learn how to fight and then go into the ring and fight. If you want to be an actor, a director, a model, a singer, actress, all I'm saying, I truly believe if you want something in life, you can actually have it. If you have a dream in life, you can actually have it. You can obtain it. People are like, well, what about the person that want to be Beyonce, but she can't sing? Well, one, nobody can be Beyonce. You can't be somebody else, but you can be your version of whatever that is, or you can be you. And if you can't sing, I didn't say just go out there and you're just going to be this singer. No, you have to become the person that you want to be in life. So going to take those singing lessons or whatever the case may be. So first learn how to fight for your dream and then go out there and fight. Learn the business. Fight for what you want in life. That's it.
Know you're going to win when you're walking in.
Yeah, you got to. And even if you don't know, pretend like you know. Sometimes I get up in the day, I got to get up and be like, you got this. Even though I feel like I don't, you got this. If you feel like you ugly today, say you beautiful, sexy chocolate. Like you got it. Sometimes you got to do that to yourself so that way you can get to where you're going. If I don't think I'm going to win, I go in there still acting like I'm a feel it. I'm going to lie to myself for a minute. And I might win just because I lied to myself, psych myself out.
Anymore. Then it's true because you won.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate you taking the time. There's so many gems. Like I'm gonna rewatch this interview myself just to, take my pen and paper out and learn. And so I just appreciate you coming here and doing what you do and being who you are. So
No problem, man.
just from us here at Cloutfinder, from myself personally, thank you. And I look actually before we sign off, where can we find you on social media? And what can we be expecting from you going forward? Like, do you have any projects that you want us to be on the lookout for? Yeah.
So, I am WriterBoy is my IG. Twitter is the same thing. Facebook, even though I'm not on there. Brandon G. Washington. You can find all of my content on I am WriterBoy. If you click the link in my bio, it's there. To see my mini series, the episode 1 of my mini series on Netflix called Netflix Dreams. All you have to do is go on YouTube, type in Netflix Dreams. The episode pop up is on Netflix. YouTube channel, it's official. We there. I have a lot of things coming up. I might as well say it. So this first time, we got greenlit for multiple more episodes with Netflix Dreams. We go into production with the next one next month. So be on the lookout for that. I can't tell you the episode or the show that we're doing next, the parody of the show, but it's coming. And then also my film Dreams. We finish production next month as well. And be on the lookout for that too. I'm gonna do a little independent distribution first, a little soft launch of it. And then we'll see where it lands when it comes down to network-wise. But it's coming. It's coming. And both is going to change the world.
Awesome. And if you ever need help with anything that we have over here that can make your life easier, let us know.
Yes.
I'm here for you personally, and I just appreciate you and I appreciate your friendship.
Thank you, man. No, most definitely. You know I'm a genuine person. So same here. If you need anything, just hit me up. Always, always. And it's not like I'm not gonna act as if I can just do everything in the whole world. I can't. But if I know where you can go, if I know I can literally say, oh, you know what, go through that door right there. You know what, hold on, go get that contact over there and then take it over there. Go get that over there and then take it. I'm okay with that. I love doing that. Why not? I want you to win. And that way, when you win, you could be like, oh, yeah, WriterBoy, he did. Like, that's all I asked for. WriterBoy, he did. Yeah, that's it. Just to be a part of your success. What'd you say?
Say you just want your flowers.
Yeah, just want my flowers. Just want my flowers. Just want my flowers. But that's dope, man. And I honestly, I appreciate that. And same here. Whatever you need, just let me know.
For sure. And we're going to end that right here, everyone. And thank you, WriterBoy, for coming out. This was a great talk. And look forward to just seeing everything you continue to do and how you continue to grow.
Yes, yes, yes. Call me later. I'm about to get back to work.
All right, sounds good, bro.
Did it blink out? Oh, it didn't. Okay.